Right. So obviously we have had Black Swan out for a little bit now, and using her alongside the team that I found to be working very well for me personally, being Black Swan, Kafka, Ruame, and Huahua. And it's so strong. Granted, I'm kind of interested to test out a hyper offensive team, but let's go ahead and check out what Pride One has decided to do for their tier list ranking for Black Swan. I know that they initially had her in a lower level, but let's go ahead and check it out. So obviously for damage dealer S plus, they have Jingliu, and they actually moved up Kafka. Now, you might be wondering, why? Black Swan was the one that came out. Why is Kafka? Why is she moving up? Well, it's because Black Swan and Kafka actually help each other. Kafka being able to quickly activate all of the enemy's Arcana that has stacked up from Black Swan and other dot damage units actually enables her to further increase her damage output, which is very nice. And it allows you to increase, I don't know about increase overall damage, but enables you to provide and deal more damage, I would say. And so we have to just jump down to S tier, and we do have Black Swan. Now, I think this is a pretty decent spot for her, given that, a little bit more testing needs to be done, obviously, but having her come out fresh and she's just instantly slotted into that S team, or that S tier, I think is phenomenal. Obviously, they have the little link icon because ideally, and to get the absolute most out of both of them, you need to run them together to get just the absolute best possible damage from them and just overall results. Now, granted, that is damage, but it enables both of them to get their ultimates quicker and just enable both of each other. So that is just Memory of Chaos. We are going to go ahead and jump on over to Pure Fiction. And as you can see here, Ruame, or not, I'm sorry, not Ruame, well, she is there at Amplifier, but Black Swan is here for a specialist at S+. And if we jump down here to S, we have Kafka. But again, Black Swan is here because she's able to hit multiple targets at once with her skill, and then she is also able to hit everyone with her ultimate. And then what's really nice about her is that when enemies respawn in, they have a very large percentage to get inflicted with the Arcana debuff, and you're able to, obviously at that point, go ahead and stack it further and further, as long as you do more and more damage with dot damage teams. And given that it's Pure Fiction, you're not going to need a sustain unit. You can just run Ruame right there if you want, and run Black Swan, Kafka, maybe Guanifin, maybe Sampo, depending on your other dot damage unit that you want to run, because that further increases and just stacks all the Arcana debuffs, and then boom, you go ahead and just launch Kafka's ultimate and then just wipe out everything, and then a new wave just comes in, and look at that, they already have an Arcana debuff on them. So Black Swan is truly just really strong. I do think the dot team, much like I would say the follow-up damage dealing team, is very future proof at this point because of just how much just 2 units are capable of doing. Now in the future we could have another stupidly strong dot damage dealing unit. I know that the well, actually let me just say that because let's wait for actual stuff released by Hoyoverse. I don't want to have to worry about copyright stuff, but I do agree with Pridewin's ranking of Black Swan and also with Kafka. I think this team is, I mean, personally, I'm having a lot of fun using this team. I think it is very busted, and I'm very interested to hear what all of you have to think about the dot damage team. If you have Black Swan and Kafka, who are your other units you're running, and how much you are enjoying the team.